I invite everyone to cozy up for our time for all ages this morning. UU congregations share a lot in common. We talk about our 8 principles and 6 sources and how to best live them. We create covenants about how to share space and love and effort with each other. We share food, Sunday mornings, and a hope for loving communities. But no two UU communities are the same. Often, our uniqueness is rooted in a very particular event in our history: a fire, an act of justice, a new building, creating a memorial garden, an argument even, or a church member who became famous. Being a people of story is more than what's on our library shelves: picture books and fairy tales. Stories tell us who we are. Story is what keeps a unique, momentous event alive. And even more importantly, story is what enables that event to become the glue that binds a community together. This is the story of the Little Bridge, a landmark in our outdoor sanctuary and a lasting memory of how imagination and loving effort has made our Boise UU community unique. This event is extra special to us because it connects us to another community, to our partner church in Transylvania, and to our Unitarian historical roots in Hungarian culture. So, our story this morning is an adaptation of Little Bridge's story, which was originally written by Wanda Jennings and Treva Mayes. The original, with all its beautiful pictures, is in both our children's library and our grown-ups library. So this is such a special story, and I am incredibly grateful to our readers, Gwen Reed, Wanda Jennings, Alan and Mary Schwartzman, Edith Hope, and Barbara Alexander, who were all part of the wave of helping hands that made Little Bridge such an important part of who we are.
Once upon a time, there were 2 groups of people who believed that everything in the world is connected. One group was the Boise Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, which was near a lovely river in Garden City, Idaho. The other was their sister church in the town of Mescue, which was far away in the beautiful countryside of Transylvania. They dreamed of a way to build a bridge of friendship between the 2 churches, to practice their belief in the world's interconnection. A major part of Unitarian Universalist history comes from Transylvania, where Unitarianism was first articulated and organized. What an important thing to honor.
The people of Mescue and of Boise were dreaming of one another. They wrote letters back and forth, sharing their joys and sorrows and their vision of an interconnected world. A great joy for the people of Mescue was the tulip, which is the national flower of Hungary. A tulip, it is embroidered, carved in wood, painted, and planted everywhere. Members of the churches practiced learning each other's languages, English and Hungarian, to better speak with each other. They would save up funds for special visits to one another to see the beauty of each other's town. This is when the people of Boise learned the cultural beauty of tulips. They were holding space in their hearts to let their friendship change who they were as people. How might this friendship change how they lived?
On the beautiful land at the Boise Church, there was a small but strong creek. The creek supported mallard ducks, frogs, cattails, a grove of trees, and all sorts of plant and bug life. The people had put a wooden board over the water to cross the stream to Jeremiah's adventure garden. The board wobbled when walked upon, and it dug into the banks of the creek. And not everyone was able to use this board to access the gardens and grove. There needed to be a safe way to cross that protected the creek. One day, a dream was born. It became Little Bridge. The people of the Boise church began to feed and care for the dream of Little Bridge. They gave love and energy to it. It started with a couple of people who shared this dream with their community. The more they shared, the more ideas and passion others felt. More and more people joined in to work and dream of what this bridge could be like.
It was an act of love for the people to serve as helping hands for this dream. They wanted to see Little Bridge grow. They began to carve posts with the designs from Transylvania, the tulips and geometrical shapes. One day they brought in a huge crane. The crane picked up 2 heavy steel girders in its strong grip and set the girders across the stream to give power and strength to the foundation. They drilled holes for huge bolts to help keep Little Bridge strong and started bolting together the support beams. The builders knew that many people from around the world would cross over this stream. By building a strong foundation and sturdy rails, Little Bridge could be a safe, welcoming path for everyone.
One person thought that trolls lived under Little Bridge. He had been listening to many stories from his friend about trolls coming to Boise seeking haven or safety. He jumped into the water to see if he could meet any trolls. What do you think he discovered? He found out how wet and muddy the creek is and learned a little of what it's like to be a frog in the creek. The people knew they wanted to help people stay dry and let the frogs and trolls alone. Little Bridge got railings to hold people on its walkway and keep them safe. They made a roof like the ones in Transylvania with a crown on the top. People carved tulips into those railings and roof timbers to dress Little Bridge up. They also cut 2 other designs into the railings, but they are a surprise. See if you can figure out the surprise shape next time you're on the bridge.
It took hours and hours and hours. Many people had to dedicate themselves to be helping hands. From ages 5 to 70, the people watched and helped, dreamed and worked, shared and laughed together. Now Little Bridge stands tall and beautiful. It's a bridge of friendship between the Boise UU Fellowship and their partner church in Mayscu, Transylvania. We're so proud to have loving people who worked hard to make this bridge that will last for generations. Sometimes we have a big party specifically for our connection to the people of Mayscu. We share Hungarian music. We have a parade over Little Bridge. We bring flowers. We have special things to eat and drink. We take pictures of all of us around Little Bridge and send them to Transylvania. The end. Or a truly wonderful beginning.
I wonder, do you have any memories at the Little Bridge? Maybe you've run across on your way to play with your siblings and church friends. Maybe you've crossed the bridge as part of a ceremony with our whole congregation, with our minister and young adults leading the way with a big lantern.
The next time you are out on the church grounds, I invite everyone to take a moment for a special practice. As you stand on one side of the bridge, pause with a big breath. Exhale. Then think of a loving thought that you can take across Little Bridge today. A loving thought for the world where everything is connected. What do you wish for other people? How can you share something that brings you joy?
It was an act of love for the people to serve as helping hands for this dream.
It was an act of love for the people to serve as helping hands for this dream.
It was an act of love for the people to serve as helping hands for this dream.
It was an act of love for the people to serve as helping hands for this dream.
It was an act of love for the people to serve as helping hands for this dream.
It was an act of love for the people to serve as helping hands for this dream.